Hey everyone, welcome to GardenFork. I want to talk to you about my new weather station. I've been testing this out for a couple of months now, and I wanted to make sure I liked it before I told you all about it. I used to have a really high-end Oregon Scientific weather station that was given to me by Allison House, which is a weather data company, and that eventually broke. It's kind of hard to stay out in the winter all the time and not break. And I was researching new ones, and this seemed like an affordable option that I thought people might like. So I got one for myself. I've been working with it, and I'm quite pleased with it, so I wanted to show you all about it. All right?
All right.
Was that a mouthful?
No.
First thing, if you're a weather data geek like me, you're going to like this thing. It should be mounted higher up in the air, yes, but just to test it, I wanted it to be accessible. So I have this mounted on a 4x4 post. You can also mount it on a pole or something. Ideally 10 feet or higher, but I liked it right here so I could keep an eye on it, and also if I had to change the battery or something like that. This is a 5-in-1 weather station that transmits data to inside the house, and there's a console in the house I'm going to show you, and there's also a thing called a smart hub, so you can send the information from here to Weather Underground, which is this cool weather station site with a bunch of backyard weather stations hooked up to the internet, which I love. So you, on your iPad or your phone or your computer, wherever you are in the world, you can see what the weather's like in your backyard, or your neighbor's backyard if you like. I mean, what I find really intriguing is there are 3 weather stations, personal weather stations in my town, so I can see what the temperature is here, and then my neighbor who lives way down the hill could be a completely different temperature, which I find really interesting. Yeah, so the ability to hook it up to Weather Underground was key. You have to get a specific model of this one to hook it up to Weather Underground, and I'll link below in the show notes to that model, okay? This does wind speed, wind direction, rainfall, humidity, and barometric pressure. Oh, I wrote this stuff down.
And wind chill.
Oh, well, that does it on the console, yeah. And then the console does even more. It does, well, we'll talk about that inside. This was all built already. It runs on 4 AAAs. You should use the lithium AAAs, not the just alkaline. The lithium works in much colder temperature. They're not cheap, but they're worth it. And then this thing, literally, I screwed this mount into the post, put this on, oriented it. You do have to calibrate the rainfall thing, which was, it took a little bit of time to do that, but it's fairly easy. But it worked out of the box, and I'm real happy with it. The only downfall that I see to this thing is that when it snows, snow piles up on here and stops the wind speed from going. Mm-hmm. Also, if it rains right after it snows, there's a bunch of snow in your rain gauge here. But that's the only drawback, and for the affordable price this thing is, I think it's pretty good. These 2 solar panels do not run the unit. They run a small fan that blows air over the temperature sensor unit inside here to get a more accurate temperature of your yard. Now, the specs for this unit says it can be up to 300 feet away, but looking online, a lot of the reviews say that that's not, in the real world, it doesn't exactly work that way. Okay, I'm here, and there's my house, so that's about 80 feet, and it has what's called line of sight to the console and also the smart hub that's hooked up to the internet. So just inside that porch on the other side of the wall in my kitchen is the weather console and also the smart hub. So let's go inside there, and I'm walking into a tree. I'll show you that, okay? Aren't you interested in the weather station? No, you want treats, says the tail. I don't think there's any treats coming.
There are always treats coming.
What will we do? All right, let's go inside. Come on. This is the indoor console. It will show you, you can toggle through and show all sorts of information. It has a predictive weather function. After a couple weeks of recording weather, it'll have a little, cloudy or sunshiny thing there as well. Shows wind chill if you want, humidity, temperature inside and out. I just think it's a pretty nice console. The one drawback to this thing is it's bright and then really bright. So you don't want this on your nightstand, because when you turn off all the lights, this thing is like a searchlight. We have it in the kitchen, and you turn off all the kitchen lights, and at night you come down, it's kind of bright.
It is the nightlight.
But it has a dimmable function here, but it's still pretty darn bright, I think. But other than that, you know, if it's not on your nightstand, this just works really well. Easy to read, you don't have to like be right up against it, and it's colorful, so I like that. It has some historical data that comes across the bottom here. It'll show high temp of the month, low temp, high wind, low wind, different stuff like that. A lot of fun. This is connected by a wireless connection to the weather transmitter in your station, which is outside, all right? And what's separate from this is, hold on, what they call the Smart Hub. So this is what transmits the information from your weather station to the internet. And how Accurite, this company does it, is this connects with the Accurite website. You go there, you set up an account, and you can look at your weather data there, but you can also send that data from Accurite to Weather Underground. And that's my ultimate goal, because I really love the Weather Underground apps, and I like sharing the weather data with other people as well. So that's what this does as well. And you don't need this to have that weather station. If you just want that weather station and a thing in your kitchen, you don't need this rig. You can buy a slightly less expensive one.
So you don't have to share it with everybody.
Right, you don't have to share it. It doesn't have to be hooked up to the internet. Reading some of the reviews, some earlier versions of the Smart Hub had some connection issues, but this one worked for me right out of the box. So hopefully they've got the bugs ironed out on that. They do have a support forum, and some pretty smart weather people are there. This plugs in. It has to have an Ethernet connection to your router. So think about that, and this has to be fairly close to your weather station as well. It works really well. Is that better?
He's happy.
I'm quite happy with it. I was like, you know, it's fairly affordable, does it work? But I read the reviews online, people are pretty happy with it. And I've had it for 3 months now, and I think it's a good one, so I give it a thumbs up. Again, the link to buy the correct model, this one, is down below. But if you guys have some questions about weather stations and weather geek stuff in general, maybe I can help you, maybe not. Do you have some thoughts about personal weather stations? I'd like to hear from you. The show notes below. And we got all sorts of other videos as well, not just weather. It's eclectic DIY, a mashup of homesteading and geeky stuff like this, and making maple syrup and building stuff out of pallets and cooking. And that's Eric.
That is Eric.
All right, make it a great day. See
You
ya.
go make it a great day.
Yeah.
What's next?
Plugging this back in.